Morning grade 11s. Quickly, let's have a look at our 2-point that we've got. Okay, top view, front view. Okay, first things that we look for is the angle. So if we noticed, that one is 30 degrees. Come down to my SP. Okay. From my SP, 30 degrees to my picture plane. Okay. Once it touches my picture plane, 90 degrees down, that gives me my right vanishing point. Okay. If it is 30 degrees one way, of course 60 degrees the other way. Okay. 30 degrees, 60 degrees, gives me my 90. That gives me my left vanishing point. Okay. Please remember to label your 2 points. Very, very important. Okay. Is worth a mark. Is worth a mark. Okay. Now let's get down to our drawing. Okay. Just to help some of you guys out, as we notice here, we've got steps. There are our steps there. Door, door, window, window. Okay. Flat roof, there's no overhang. That is the inside of our wall. Okay. So quite nice and easy, this one. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, just bring this one down. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to label parts of my drawing just so when I'm talking about it, you know what I'm talking about. So first things first, right at the top here, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Done and dusted. Okay, so first things first, already brought down 7. From there, I'm going to go straight off to my right vanishing point. And then, of course, straight off to my left vanishing point. Okay. Right vanishing point, left vanishing point. Okay, nice and simple. Left and right vanishing point. Okay, what I'm now going to do, I want to start getting my steps. So 8, line it up with my SP, bring it down to my picture plane. 9, line it up with my SP, bring it down to my picture plane. From here, bring down. Okay, 90 degrees down. Okay, what I'm going to do here is my height of my steps. I'm going to bring them across to my line that goes from my SP all the way to line 7. Once they've touched that line, I take them nicely across to my different, or to my right vanishing point. Almost said different vanishing point. Okay. Taken my heights there to my different vanishing points. Sorry, I just dropped my pencil. Okay, let's quickly get our steps in. Okay, if we have a look at our steps, we will notice that there are 3 steps. Okay, so you've got 7, you've then got 8, and you've got 9. Okay, so all we're going to do, quite simply, we know that is where 9 ends, 8 ends, 7. Okay, just going to come along, make them darker. Okay, all going off to my vanishing point. Okay. I'm now going to bring down line 6, because that is part of my steps, if you remember. Bring it down to my picture plane. From my picture plane, 90 degrees down. Okay, what you would have noticed, gone up there, up there, up there, gone there to my left vanishing point. Where it meets 6, come up, taken that to my right vanishing point. Okay, I've taken 8 to my left vanishing point. Where they meet, of course, would be my one part of my step. Okay, I then took 9. I would take first of all the height of 8 to my right vanishing point, and of course I would take the height of 9 to my left vanishing point. Okay, so as we can see nicely there, that's where my steps have started. Okay, what I'm now going to bring inside, we have my door. Okay, so I'm going to bring those 2 lines down. Okay, and of course where my steps are, those would then go to my vanishing point. Just darken that line quickly. So what you would have seen, I've just drawn that dark till it's met there. From there I've just drawn that off to my vanishing point, because I'm now going to start drawing all of that part there, which is quite easy. So I'm going to come along to line 10. Bring him down. I'm also going to bring down 12 and 10 to my SP. Once they touch my picture plane, of course, remember, 90 degrees down. I can go 7 all the way through to 12 now. As you can see there, that's 7 all the way through to 12. Okay. Over here, remember, 9 doesn't go all the way to 12. He's going to only go to 10. Okay. But before I put it in, I want to draw this line here. So we already darkened there. Remember, see, there it is darkened. Now I can just darken that little bit there. See, now I can go along and I can darken just that little bit. See, that little bit there. Okay. So far so good. Nothing too difficult here yet. Okay. Going to quickly bring the height of my door. Okay, there's the height of my door. Not really anything yet. I'm just bringing my marks across so I know what is going on. Okay. It's nice to know the height of your door, so when you start drawing it, you have got an idea of what is going on. Also, the height of your walls is very, very important. Okay, so before we get on to the rest of my door, okay, let's quickly just do the height of my walls, just a little bit above my door. Okay. Height of my wall, of course, goes to my left vanishing point and my right vanishing point. Okay. Goes to my left, goes to my right. Okay. Nicely done there, left and right vanishing point done. Okay. What I'm also now going to start doing is, remember you've got a chimney, so your chimney is quite nicely put over there. Now, we need to get the correct measurement for our chimney. Okay. So, what I do with my chimney, okay, if you remember that was at 30 degrees, my chimney I'm going to bring here, 30 degrees down, 30 degrees down. Okay. Going to bring both those lines down to my picture, or from my picture plane to my ground line. Okay, that's going to just help me with the height of my chimney. Okay, so I've just taken my height through to there. Okay. Now, before we get onto that, let's go here quickly. Let's bring down line 5 and line 4. So we're going to line 5 up, line 4 up, and line 3. Okay. Once they touch the picture plane, bring them down 90 degrees. Okay. Line 7 to line 5. Okay, what I'm going to do now, line 5 to line 4. And then of course, line 4 to line 3. Okay. What I would notice now is I actually don't need this height here. So this could be a construction line. Okay. Because I've drawn light enough, it's quite a simple, just erase and it's gone. Okay. That's the advantage of drawing nice and light. Okay. So got our chimney going quite nicely. Nothing too difficult as yet, okay, as you would have noticed. Okay. So let's go now quickly do our roof. Well, not our roof, sorry, our door. We've already brought our construction lines of our door. Okay. So what you would have noticed, if we go back there quickly, brought my door, we brought it to there. Okay. From there, I take it to my left vanishing point. If you remember on your picture, the door is on the other side of the wall. Can you see that? So a lot of people make mistakes by bringing the door there and then drawing it there. It's not there. So what we do, I take it to that wall because it's in line with there, which is that wall there. I then take it to my left vanishing point. That then of course gives me the actual proper height of it. You can see there's my door now starting to take shape. Okay. This will actually also help us for our window. Okay, there you can see your door there taking shape, looking good. Okay. Now we can carry on with my window. So what you would have noticed, I would have taken my window till it meets this line here. So can you see my height of my door? From there it will then go to my left vanishing point along the wall. So I'm basically just running my lines across the wall. Once it touches my left, I take it of course to my right. Okay, that's the height of my window. As we can see, the height of my window is the same as my door. Let's quickly do the bottom part of my window. Okay. Start to get my window in. There we can see my window starting to take shape nicely. Okay, there's my window nicely in. Going to take some good shape there. Okay. Now we did bring the height of my wall across, remember? Brought it across there. We even took it to my left and right vanishing point. So where it touches this wall here, okay, so remember we brought my height across, then we took it across there. That is actually the height of my wall. I just draw it a little bit darker so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, as you can see it's a bit darker there. So I took my height to this line, took it to my left, and now I'm going to take it to my right vanishing point. as we can see there nicely, that's the height. Okay. Okay, if we carry on now, I'm going to quickly start to do the roof. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this line here, I'm going to extend all the way through to my picture plane. So whether it's 30, 60, 45, whichever, I bring that down nicely, extend it all the way down. Once it touches my picture plane, bring it down. Okay, now what I do, remember, that is that point there. So from that point, I'm going to take it to my left vanishing point. Okay, and of course, bring this piece down. So I brought 11 down. And that, of course, ladies and gents, is the height of my roof. Oh, wrong pencil. There that worked. Okay, as you can see, that's my roof. Goes all the way until it touches there. So I'm going to bring that piece down and line it up with my SP. Okay. Start to join my roof in here nicely. As you can see, that's my roof there, done nicely. Okay. Starting to take good shape. Okay. Now, here comes the slightly harder part. This is now because of the difference in my roof. If we have a look over here, okay, so this is where it becomes a little bit harder. You lose a little bit of marks. Okay. So let's just quickly get that done. Okay, what I'm going to do before we get onto that, let's just quickly finish my roof here. Okay, so you can see I've done that line. Please remember that line is lined up with my right vanishing point. Please, very importantly. Okay. Now we need to do this height here. Okay, because as you'll see, there is a distance there. So from there, we are going to go to a different part of the roof because the roof is slightly higher. Okay, please always have a look at those kind of things because they can get you into a little bit of trouble. They can also confuse you a little bit. Okay, so what I do, okay, nicely, I'm going to bring that down. You remember, we're going to extend that. Okay, remember this I'm just going to do for the height of the actual roof itself, not for the chimney, nothing like that. It's literally just the height of the roof, which you can see is on my horizontal plane. Okay, what is nice with that then shows me my horizontal plane. Okay, if you would notice there was a bit missing of your horizontal plane, you can actually just darken it. Just saves you a lot there, and now all we have to do is we have to just match up pieces. So I've got up until there. I'm going to bring this piece, so you can't see, we've got up until there. I'm going to bring that piece down with my SP. And I'm going to bring that down just till my horizontal line. From there I'm going to join up to my horizontal. Just gives you that little bit, and I can go all the way to here. Okay. What you'll notice, that is now your roof more or less taking part. Okay. Now, what a lot of people do is, common mistake, we're going to go from there straight to there. Don't. Please have a look. That is only up until there. Okay. Can you see that? So that line there is up to there. If we had to carry that through, okay, so let's just explain it this way for you. Can you see? If I close that there, if I had to bring that, that would then tell me more or less where my roof would end. Let's just show you quickly. So can you see? That's where my roof ends, that's where it would have ended. So I could have ideally just gone and done that, and that would be where my roof ends. Okay. What I am going to do, can you see my roof goes in there a little bit? So this line here, remember that marking there? So where that line came down, there, I take that to my right vanishing point. Take it across to my right vanishing point. Now that is going to give you that little bit of a nook, lip, whatever you want to call it, which is this piece here. Okay. So now I've got my height, I've got that line going across. Okay, remember we've got that line. Okay. Got my height. My height I can also bring across to my vanishing point. Then we've got killed two birds with one stone basically. Okay, so that is ideally as high as my drawing can go. Okay, so if we see here where it touches my roof there, that is that part there. Now I can line that part up. Just drawn it in a bit darker so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. Can you see that little bit there? Okay. What you'll notice, okay, yes, my chimney goes up to there. Let's put it inside. You can see what I'm talking about. See, my chimney goes up to there, okay? But my chimney doesn't only end there, it carries on going, okay? So a lot of people think that's where the chimney is and that's where they stop. So I brought my line across. Let's just go back, check quickly, just making my measurements there. I just got my measurements there so I can see what's going on. Okay, now remember that line there that we drew, and that was just to show you what we were talking about. So I'm going to just erase it so we can start to do the roof quickly. Okay, remember we were just talking about how that would go. Okay, so if you remember, we brought down 4, we brought down 5. Okay, got to bring down this inside wall of 5 there. Okay, which you can see. Again, it's the exact same line that I drew earlier. Can you see that? So it's the exact same part. Nothing differs there. Okay? But if I quickly, sorry, let's just erase this so you can see what I'm talking about. Remember we erased these lines here. I was just showing you how the drawing still matches up, doesn't change. Let's just put that there. Okay. So 2 ways to work out how and what has to happen. Okay, so we've seen that it works out perfectly, can't change it, it is exactly that. So you could have done it either way. Okay, brought my height, so literally from there I can take my height up. Okay, take that height up. See how that gives me there? Okay. Now remember, we've got to do the back end of the building. Okay, so we've got that. So this part I line up with my left vanishing point till it comes and touches 3. You'll see it slightly down a bit. Brings and touches 3 there. And that is that. So I've shown you nicely, basically 2 different ways to get the roof. Okay, so I've showed you could have brought it down here. Luckily, because it touched my horizontal, left the same. Told you how to work that out. Showed you 2 different ways, and it both works out the same.